Hello.
Hi. Good to be with you again today.
Yes, nice to see you.
And today it's from Nahum, chapter 1, verse 7.
Mm.
The Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him. Common theme, it seems to be coming
For
up.
this week,
for a few weeks in some ways. It comes, this is the YouVersion app, and obviously the people who put it together have decided that regularly it's important to remind people that God is a refuge. God is a place to run to in times of trouble, and I suppose it's very appropriate in the midst of COVID-19 and recognising that people, not just in Australia or Tasmania or America, but right around the world are hooking into this app, and there'll be people right at the moment who would be doing it tough and who need to hear this. We're not doing it so tough here in Tasmania, although in Victoria it's a bit different. They've just had another record number of cases in the last few days. So therefore, you're very much aware.
And they're all wearing masks every time they go out.
That's
so
right.
That's, another level of...
Yeah, and our grandkids are being doing school at home again. And they're doing okay, but it's a bit difficult. I've heard of pastors in churches who were just working through how to start meeting again in person, or were meeting together in person, and
had to go back again.
And lots of churches who are enjoying meeting up with people and enjoying the community that's so important in a life of faith, and they can't do it. And then I'm sure that's true for gyms and for judo clubs and a whole host of people within the context of Victoria. So the Lord, a refuge, is good, a refuge in times of trouble. Yep. God is a place to run to find shelter and to help us understand what's going on and find meaning and purpose in the midst of a world that's in a lot of disruption and turmoil at the moment.
Is there some area in your life where you found this concept really helpful? So just lay aside COVID for the time being. If you reflect on your life, is there something that you can say, yes, this is true for you when it was a time of trouble?
Oh, been many times, and I think I've talked to a few of them, particularly when we had to close down the magazine and wind up that and withdraw from everything.
Company, in Melbourne.
And I was involved in a whole lot of things both in Melbourne and around Australia, and all but one or two of them all dried up in a very short period of time. And that's when we shifted to Tasmania, and it was a real time of regrouping. And for me, that was a time of saying, well, God, I don't know where this leads. I don't know the end of this journey. It's pretty black and it's pretty dark. I think I ran to God, but I didn't feel always that much better.
Yep.
And yet out of that, God has cared for us, cared for me, cared for the family through all that journey. So, yeah, it certainly has been true. And even in COVID, in the midst of us meant to be going overseas. And
we were supposed to go on a 5-week holiday to Europe.
And the grief that we felt that didn't happen, and then having to choose to go back to work to help us all navigate what we were going through. God was a refuge. What do we do? How do we move ahead? What's the
What's the plan now? How do we...
That's right. How do we serve and how do we care for each other? And that takes a fair amount of even your own self-discipline and self-care and self-compassion and finding solace and strength in God. I think that's been certainly true for me in this time. And I don't think that has stopped. I think that's just continuing, because even though we're not in a situation like Victoria, it could happen tomorrow. It could start happening.
Blow out again.
Exactly. And so everyone's on tenterhooks, and I'm on tenterhooks. So what is this like?
How long is it going to go for is the question. It could be indefinite, and that's not sustainable, really.
Well, and if it does happen, how is it sustainable? Is God the refuge and strength? Is God the place that we find our equilibrium and our stability that enables us to keep moving with hope and with faith, even if things don't really settle well? And that's certainly been the question that I've been working through in my time with God, is where is my strength? Where is it?
Yeah.
My,
Who can I rely on?
Yeah,
and it's not me after all, and it's not other structures around about. It's God.
So the fact that God is a refuge is really important at this point in time for me.
Good to remember. Great to talk to you today. See you later.
Bye.